Hello and welcome to the Weekend Sauce. My name is Corey.
And I'm Dom.
Back after some time, we are doing our E3 retrospective, I guess you can call it. We'll be going through each of the kind of main conferences that have happened over this week and just giving our thoughts and our, um, I guess, expectations for some of the upcoming titles. That being said, we're starting off with the very disappointing EA conference, I guess you could call it. They have their sort of day of play thing or whatever it was called, and
hmm
they showed off some new stuff. Not really in conference format, but I mean, even so, there's some stuff to talk about. So we'll just jump right in. The first and I guess main thing that they ended up showing was some stuff in involving Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order,
Right, yeah.
which is their
So what's your opinion about the game? Do you like it? Do you not like it? As a Star Wars
I
fan, first of all?
yeah. So I guess I'm about as much of a Star Wars fan as anybody else.
Okay.
So I am into this series. I wouldn't call myself a super fan or anything. I'm not a huge fan of the new movies, but I mean, it is what it is. Um, I guess I've always liked a lot of the weirder stuff with Star Wars, and I say weirder, I guess just less mainstream. So of course the BioWare series from some time ago, I've been a big fan of when I was a kid. I personally really liked Force Unleashed when it came out. I know it wasn't super popular, but I still thought it was pretty neat. Obviously, Star Wars Commando is a classic, Battlefield, stuff like that. Um, with this one, so we've got, I guess it's kind of weird. I guess the best way to describe it in very like general terms is it's kind of like an Uncharted Star Wars game.
It does definitely have that feel, especially with the jumping animations, with how enemies interact, right? Like, I
Yeah.
don't know, this interactable objects, but it has a few, key differences, of course, using the Force.
Yeah, yeah. I just mean like the way that it plays and the way that it looks is very cinematic
hmm
oriented and like there's an emphasis on traversal leading into kind of combat scenarios and things like that. It's not necessarily a bad thing. It just really struck me kind of as I was watching the gameplay demo that they had up there. As far as gameplay goes, I mean it's pretty simple. It makes sense, right? So I guess it's a good way to describe it is more realistic, right? So like stormtroopers die basically in one hit because you're cutting them with your lightsaber. If you reflect their shots back at them, it kills them, right? So um,
You can stop time,
yeah,
kind of ish.
it's like a I guess it's like an extension of that scene when Kylo Ren stops the shot coming at him,
hmm
which I didn't take as him being able to stop time. I just thought he
You
was stop.
just stopping with the Force.
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird, but it is what it is. I guess we'll learn more as kind of stuff comes out. Um, obviously there's regular stormtrooper enemies, but it does lead into like these.
Does have some monsters. There was like some spider kind of things.
Yeah, I was gonna say it leads into like more extensive combat scenarios. So like yeah, there's like the spider type monsters that you end up fighting, and then like the little duels that you have with I don't know what their specific designation is, but they're the troopers with the black armor and the
Yeah, with the
staffs. Yeah, so those are a bit more intensive, obviously, because you're fighting one on one in a duel with this guy, this trained guy. They are the combat. Yeah, it does seem realistic. I don't know how intensive it'll be though. I don't know if it'll be just you're mashing the same button over and over again, or if there'll be any challenge to it. But um,
that's one thing that it kind of seemed about the game. Uh, I don't know like how the ability progression is going to be like, right? Like what kind of cool powers you can do.
yeah,
So hopefully it's not going to be just recurring gameplay like what we saw, but I'm sure they could do something uh, engaging and interactive.
yeah. I mean, you have to assume they're gonna hopefully make it as challenging and interesting as possible. But I mean, who knows? I guess I guess we'll see. Um, definitely, if you're a Star Wars fan, it's probably something you want to look into. I mean, if not,
I think the main point will probably be the story, if anything.
yeah, I think so too. I think it takes place in between, um, somewhere in between Episode 3 and Star Wars Rogue One.
hmm
Not sure the specifics. If they've said it, I haven't seen it. But I mean, Forrest Whitaker's character pops up in the demo, so he's still alive and kicking at that point. So yeah, somewhere in between Episode 3 and Rogue One. So I guess we'll see. It's probably one of the bigger titles that EA is going to be putting out um, in the upcoming year. It certainly is the most intensive title that they talked about this E3 because the rest of
Everything else is weak.
yeah, the rest of the sort of lineup was pretty weak. I mean, I guess we'll go through or almost like skip over the lackluster stuff, right? Because I mean we got another Madden, right? Madden 20.
And FIFA, I mean,
FIFA
those
20.
things are great if you're a FIFA or Madden fan. I mean, I'm personally not,
No.
right?
Yeah.
And Corey, I don't think you
I
are
am
either.
not. No, I mean, I was gonna say, if you're a fan of either series, it's just pretty par for the course.
Not to say there's anything wrong with sports games. I enjoy like a quality Madden game, but I feel like the minute differences between Madden 18 and Madden 19 does not like require me to get Madden
Yeah,
19. Like,
I
come
mean,
on now.
yeah. If you're already a fan of the series, then it will do you well to at least see what the differences are, and then make a decision on if you want to take this one or skip it. If you're not into it, I mean, it is what it is, right? There'll be you
Not
know
to mention, it's all devolved into like some kind of gacha system, but it's okay.
sort of, yeah, sort of. That's the one thing I've always found really weird with sports games is like the rolling and stuff like that. But yeah, two new titles for each respective series, or rather one new title for the two series.
And then after for the Sims, they
Yeah,
got their new island. I
Sims
know the Sims has
4.
a big following
It
actually.
does. It does. I didn't
So,
actually know that until this E3.
oh, for real?
Yeah, I
Okay.
didn't know that. I mean, I've always known that Sims is like a really popular series, especially
Hmm.
amongst more, I guess you could call them casual players. Not casual in the bad sense, but just
Yeah.
casual players. But yeah, I didn't realize it was that big. So I guess again, if you're into The Sims, check it out.
That's actually pretty exciting if you're into The Sims, right? Because you
Yeah,
get to go to an island, you get to be, uh, what's it called? You get to take care of like dolphins and stuff
yeah, you
like
can be a
that.
mermaid. You can do.
You can take care of the island.
Yeah,
Like
my
that's new,
my
right?
uh my understanding from what they were talking about kind of during the conference or whatever you want to call it is that it's a lot of stuff that hasn't really been present in Sims games before, so it seems to be a good addition to the series, so hopefully that ends up being the case.
Yeah.
Um Aside from that, have the reveal of Battlefield 5 Chapter 4.
Okay.
I'm not really into Battlefield myself again.
Neither am I,
But
but
it's just one of those things that is kind of expected at this point. Um, Really, the other main thing, now that we've kind of skipped over the stuff that we're not interested in.
hold on. Before we go to the next main thing, is the nice since we're the Anthem podcast, the nice 2 minute talk they actually had. It's not actually in any of the notes because it was the smallest things. They want to know what's the plans coming to Anthem,
Right.
and so I'm not surprised I was able to just talk about nothing for a solid 2 minutes
Yeah.
and just saying, oh, now we're working together with the players so we can create the best experience.
Apparently.
And after the roadmap that they deleted, and after Cataclysm, which ended up just being a blue filter and a timed event, and
Poor Anthem
Anthem
fans.
fans, it's over.
Yeah. I'm still a bit
They
surprised
got
that
nothing.
yeah, I'm still a bit surprised that we haven't seen like an axing of the series or of the game.
They kept up. He reassured that they're not axing the
Yeah,
game.
I don't know, it's interesting,
They
but
reassured it, even though they're
maybe
taking away people to go work on Dragon Age 4.
maybe things will get better. I don't
It
know.
will not.
Yeah, probably not.
If it's gonna get better, it's gonna be 4, 5, maybe 2, three
Yeah,
years to be honest. But
I guess we'll see. But yeah,
yeah,
sorry, the last,
Apex.
or yeah, I guess the other main big thing is the announcement of Apex Legends Season 2, the upcoming Season 2. So they're changing the way the Battle Pass works. They're doing some more tune-ups. One of the main things that they're adding is a new weapon, the L-Star from Titanfall 2. Pretty decent addition. I mean,
I was a little bit disappointed to be honest.
I was gonna say it's nothing crazy, but it's also nothing unwanted.
And I kind of feel like this set the tone for E3, at least for me, just a little
Oh,
bit.
certainly, yeah. The
And I was
disappointment,
definitely disappointed. I was like, that's it. It's over.
mediocrity.
All I
Yeah,
got was a new character and a new gun,
yeah,
right? Actually, for Apex, they did announce that they're going to have a new mode, more of like a ranked mode,
yeah,
actually,
yeah.
right?
The elite
And
system there. Yeah,
ranked rewards, right, to go along with it. And, you could show off, how it is. Um, I wasn't too not surprised is not the word I'm trying to use. I wasn't too impressed
impressed.
actually
Yeah,
with it because I thought that the battle pass in itself was awful. I don't want to. No, you know what? It was garbage. It was a
it wasn't
garbage,
great. No, it wasn't implemented in a
bad battle
way.
pass.
Yeah, I don't think it was implemented in a way that really was beneficial
And
to the players.
after, yeah, yeah.
And yeah, they did say they're going to try and change that, which is nice. I don't remember the exact specifics.
And after like
Um,
such a slow start, right, to Apex, I thought we were gonna get something at least pretty big, right? Like
yeah.
maybe like a map. I know PUBG did it back when it was released. I
Hmm.
mean, PUBG circumstance was a little bit different,
Yeah.
but still, I think if they saw the type of positivity that they were making about the game, that they're gonna maybe pick up the pace. And I understand though that Respawn wanted to maybe take it slower because they don't want to tire out their devs, which is good. I
Yeah,
like that
yeah,
in the case, but maybe hire more devs. I don't know. I don't
yeah.
know.
I mean, yeah. Really, the biggest things were the new gun, and then yeah, the new upcoming Legend Watson. Um, so I mean, it's pretty par for the course in terms of I guess how the seasons will go. It'll be like maybe a new weapon, a new legend every time with some kind of extra. Um, if that's the case, I guess it's gonna be kind of a content drip for Apex because yeah, unless they do something really big like a new map or something like that, it'll just be the same thing
And
over
I
and
hate
over
that I'm
again.
kind of like wanting more content like as the game goes on, right? Like I feel like it's kind of wrong of me to like kind of want more and more for the game, but I feel like with that type of genre, which is battle royale, it's just the nature of it, right? If you're going to be doing the same thing over and over again, right? Dropping, you're probably going to start. You can drop different places, right? But if you, I don't know, you usually get into the swing of things, right? So,
Yeah, I mean, no, like I wouldn't feel bad at all actually, right? Like it makes sense for this, like, especially for this type of game, to want more because without new stuff to be being implemented in the game, you're just doing the same thing over and over again, right? So it really makes it really serves the game well to kind of keep progressively adding things, in and adding things that change up how you play, right? So again, we have a new weapon and we have a new legend, which is great. But maybe adding some kind of extras
a little
would be
spice if
nice.
you're
Yeah, a
not
little
trying
spice.
to play that legend, right?
Yeah.
Which is going to be the main thing. But we could talk about a bit about Watson, right?
Yeah, I mean, I
Or
think her
more
main,
defensive.
yeah, her, she can set up these kind of electrical fences, or if you will,
Hmm.
um, which I think is pretty neat. I feel like she'll be very interesting to play as. I'm looking forward to seeing how she meshes with the other legends. Um, I don't know. I mean, for me, the legends they all kind of do establish like they do exist within their kind of specific niche. Um, None of them really have stood out as being like too crazy yet, and I don't.
I
So
think so.
for who the
I think for sure there's been like just better picks than others, right? Like no one wants to touch what's his name, Caustic technically with a 10-foot pole because he's bigger, right? He has a bigger model,
oh yeah, okay,
right?
okay,
Like
yeah. I mean,
then
obviously,
after they want to play Bangalore
yeah,
because she has way more
yeah,
speed than anybody else. She has cover, right? I feel like just with the nature of the game, um, it's not in your favor to be playing a slow defensive character because most of the time you're in a open locale, and it's not to say you're in a house,
hmm
but yeah,
yeah. I guess that's true. I meant more like there hasn't been any like game breaking abilities yet, but yeah, there are definitely minute differences that place legends better or worse than each other. So yeah, I guess we'll just have to wait and see how Watson kind of implements herself within the ecosystem
hopefully
of
her
the
defensive
legends.
shields work, like her fences.
Yeah,
That'd be amazing. I'd
yeah.
like that.
I think it'll be pretty neat, right? Because it's not something that's really in the game right now. I mean, kind of with Caustic's poison, but I mean the poison is really really bad, so not really that much. But yeah, I guess it'll be interesting to
Except in
see.
Bunker, where it's top tier.
Yeah, in Bunker, okay, yeah, I will give you that. Caustic Bunker is hilarious every time. But yeah, I mean that's really it for EA. Their conference again. It wasn't really a conference. It was
Disappointing.
quick and easy.
I'd give it like a. I don't like Star Wars personally. Like I see it. It's there. I respect it. It's not for me. This was like a 4 out of 10.
Yeah, I wouldn't put it higher than 5, honestly. Just very mediocre all around. Nothing really piqued my interest, and I just stopped caring kind of halfway through, um, which is almost kind of like a running theme for this E3, which we will continue to get into as we go through the other
Hmm.
conferences.
That's right.
But yeah, for now, thank you for watching.
Yeah.
Check out other videos on our E3 coverage, if you will, and take care.
Yeah.